Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your
Oh, say
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind? Hey,
Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me.
What's your topic, sir? You ready to go, Jen? You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
what's on your
Share
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Tell me, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
Hey, what's on your
Oh, say
mind?
what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you
Linda,
thinking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind?
Share what you thinking, what you thinking.
What's on your mind? Hey,
You know you love me. Hold on, guys. Fix my stand. Hold on. Okay, wait. Now, why is that crooked? Now you cricket. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get stuff fixed. Hold on. Let me get stuff fixed. All right. I know it sounds like I'm building a whole house over here, but listen. How y'all doing? Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. I am Miss Jen, and if you're coming in the room for the first time, welcome. You're more than welcome to comment and argue with us. If you know you have, don't be shouting at nobody today. On Fridays, you're allowed to lock in your capital letters and holler at whoever you want to in a hawker. That's how we argue over here. We lock in our capitals on Friday, baby. And we let each other have it with our live panel discussion. If you ain't never seen that before, you need to be over here tomorrow night with you a little something to sip and a little something to eat on, because we be over here for a while. We do. Now listen, I don't know. Wait, before I get into that, did y'all hit the like button? Huh? Let me hit it over here on this device too, because I got two devices open. So now we at 16 likes thanks to me. Okay. 35 people, 16 likes. What side are you on? Are you on the side that, you know what? In fact, that's what I want y'all to do. If you have hit the like button, put a thumbs up in the chat. We're gonna tell on some people today. Go ahead on, put your thumbs up. And if you don't want to be counted amongst those with your thumb up, then stay over there and be quiet. And we don't care, but you could at least hit the like button. Okay. I love you. I do. Real big. I do. Okay, listen. This episode today wore me out. It wore me out. Before we get into all of that, though, say hello to the mods and to the rest of the gang over here. We know we're trying to build our gatekeeper community. We are the original gatekeepers over here. We know other people trying to borrow the name, baby. We don't mind. I understand why y'all trying to get it. We understand why you're trying to get it. But we are the originals. The original gatekeeper gang over here. Okay. This is where we come over here and talk about this show like it's real, even though we know it's not. We talk about these people like they real, even though we know they're not. But we're going to act like it. We're going to argue like they is. We're going to talk about them like they are neighbors, like they living right upstairs from us or something. We just going to talk about it, okay? We don't just watch the show, baby. We are the show. Okay? We are the show. Beyond the Gates is the show, but the gatekeepers are the community, and that's why this space matters. We different over here. We are. Listen, I thought that today's show was giving all that it needed to give. Oh, we went back in time. I stumbled on this photograph. Come on, y'all. It kind of made me laugh. It took us way back down memory lane. Hey, we went down memory lane today, didn't we? Woo! One more time, hit it. Back down memory lane. Yes, it was all of the things. Let me get my romper room mirror out, because I know y'all want to get into it, because I want to get into it too. So let me see.
Who's that typing in the comments?
I'll tell you who's typing in the comments. Let me just scroll up here and see who said something today. Hold on, live views comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on a comment to show it on the screen. Okay, thank you for letting us know that StreamYard, but we already know that. Be Slow is in the house. Be Slow is in the house and says, hello, Miss Jen, gatekeepers, mods, and wait, let me try to say this like, we do the men. We got to do the men, Hello, Miss Jen, gatekeepers and mods. Good evening. I don't know. You might have a little growl in your voice. I think you might have a little growl in your voice, Be Slow. I think you might have a little growl in your voice. I think you might. Okay, Lillian Foy says, I'm waiting for the gates to open. Good evening, everyone. Girl, I saw you was in here early. I was in here uploading them pictures. Thank you so much for being here on time. Okay. Miss Myrtle Tister says, hey, Miss Jen, gatekeepers and the mods. Hey, girl. Linda says, greetings, gatekeepers. Smash that like button. And she says hello to some of the gatekeepers and to Tony Lynn, whom we miss very much. And we just trying to figure out what had happened was. Belinda Hill says, hello, Miss Jen, Tony Lynn, Elaine T, gatekeepers and mods. Miss Belinda Hill is our officer with the doggone like button. So if you don't hit it, she can at any time say, don't say another word, Miss Jen. Pull them over, honey. They not acting right. I had to take my graphic down because I needed room because they don't let us upload with so many things. They change it so much stuff. How about y'all change this and we can upload more stuff? How about that? Thank you, StreamYard. I don't need them mad at me now. Frank G. Life is in the house and says, hey, Miss Jen, gatekeepers and mods. Hey, Frank G. Life, how are you? And Coretta J5V says, good evening, Miss Jen, the mods, fellow gatekeepers. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much. Remember to hit that like button, Belinda says. Linda Bain is in the house and she says, good evening, all. I actually get to watch it live tonight. I hit the like button on the way in. The show comes on at 3 o'clock Atlantic time where she is. We are glad that you were able to make it in here with us live. Coretta J. Okay, she's speaking to somebody. I already said her. And then we have Melissa Isaac. Is this your first time commenting, Melissa? I have a feeling that it is. If Melissa Isaac 6793, do y'all remember seeing her name before? If not, we want to give her a grand welcome in here as a gatekeeper. Okay. Keisha says, good evening, everyone. And a good evening to you too, Keisha. And let me see who else is in. Belinda said, y'all was glad to see how Randy turned scaly and onto targeting. Baby, I had to inbox real talk, girl. I had to check on her. I had to check on her, see if she had to get a hard shock of medicine together. She said she tired of y'all, them people monkeying around with her character. She don't like the people monkeying around with her character. She don't like that. But girl, we kept trying to tell you this is who the girl was from the beginning. That this ain't got nothing to do with just what you thought she was. It's like some of us might have thought Leslie was all right. But no, we didn't. Leslie came in the door of food. Yes, she did. So let me pick somebody else. Did anybody else have a turnaround so far? No, that's all. No, I fell in love with the original gatekeepers I found a month ago. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, girl. We just want to make sure. All right, y'all, get ready to dance. Get ready to dance because even though ain't nobody sent me no super sticker, no super chat or nothing, I'm going to pay for this myself. Okay, y'all just leave it on me. Okay, but because I want y'all to have a good time. Okay, but listen, today's episode was so good. We got to play the T song. I don't care if they do what they got to do because we got to do what we got to do. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Gatekeepers,
get in here.
The tea was hot. Get in here.
Dance,
the tea
y'all.
Was hot. Open up the gates.
Open up the gates
and get in here.
Woo!
Gatekeepers, get in here.
what?
Today's show gave us everything we needed. Yeah. Get it. Oh, we about to gossip up in here today. We about to talk about some folks up in here today. We gonna let them have it. Woo! Gatekeepers. All right, y'all. I know y'all gotta be ready. Talk about what you saw today. Lord knows I am, okay? Did you see how that girl stuck her hand in that bread basket? She came into town trying to get somebody else cleaned up for me. Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about all of that. Danny liked to smack the taste of her mouth. The show did. I think you should have. Okay. Are we ready? All right, let's get it then. Y'all need to calm down. So doggone eager to gossip. know what's wrong with you. You need to be in a vacation school learning something. Who, when I first saw Haley, I said she wasn't up to no good. But today, but nobody listened to me when the show first came. They didn't Frank G. Live. We know. But anything seemed too good to be true. It's too good to be true. Everybody tell us what your thoughts about today's BTG episode was. That's right. Y'all get into it while I tell y'all what. I almost didn't come live today because I was tired. I'm so sleepy. But I'm up now. Hold on. All right, let's get into it. Let me get my little script out so I can see what had happened was today. Okay. It was good. It was. All right, now we started out over to Danny's house, right? She over there talking to her husband about her thinking back about her and Bill. Girl, you know it's nice you got a husband you could be talking and crying to about another man, because I don't know too many people can do that. Because I certainly know a man can't be crying to me about another woman, baby. I ain't about to do it. You got to get somebody else to do it. I ain't about to do it. You ain't about to do it with me. You could call one of your friends. I think you better call Tyrone, because I ain't about to do it. But they started out over there talking about how she's been thinking about things in the past. Which, girl, I'm glad you was thinking about it, though, because we got a lot of tea today. We did, okay? She's sitting at home nursing her a little nice little glass of wine. You know, with sidebar. Can somebody explain to me what happened to Danny with this drinking? Because then we spent a lot of time talking about Danny's drinking. Didn't the family have a lot of get-togethers to talk about how they was going to get her off that yak, and now she in here drinking freely and ain't nobody said nothing now? So what happened? She just got cured. Did it just disappear? I'm just asking. Anyway, Andre immediately notices that Danny seems down, and he's like, baby, what's wrong? And so she told him, I've been thinking about the conversations that her and Bill have been having recently. And apparently it stirred up some feelings that she thought that she had already dealt with. We ain't, girl, but okay, but go ahead, because we're glad you didn't, because we want to be in on it too, because we knows it. But anyway, she started talking about how she could tell this wasn't well, what I'm going to say is that Danny was really thinking back. Let me just go with that. Danny was thinking back to everything that had happened. And so she talks about how she was talking about the wounds that Bill had left behind that she didn't know she had. Girl, how could you not be wounded, girl? Because Bill was doing the most. Sidebar. I'm going to go and pre-warn y'all that even though Bill is doggone wrong today, I'm going to let y'all do a little bit on Bill today, but don't do too much. Okay? Don't do too much, because the rules still stand. Don't start nothing about Bill. Don't start it. Don't just start it. Okay, but anyway. But I'm going to let you do a little bit today, because Bill ain't worth a doggone. He ain't worth a doggone. But today he proved it. But okay, so just a little bit. Don't do too much. Okay? Don't do too much. So anyway, she was telling Andre how I was just looking over this picture from Winterfest last time, and I realized how beautiful I looked on the outside, but on the outside, but on the inside, I was just empty. I remember how empty I felt inside. And she had to admit that, when I went up there to Bill's office and clowned and threw all that stuff off the desk and I jumped on him and everything, was about to smack his face off to the side. You know what I'm saying? I begged him to come home that day. I did. I can't believe I did it, but I did. I had begged him. I did. I said, Bill, stop all this foolishness and just come on back home now. This is enough. Girl, I remember the day you did it, because we was all sitting over here clutching our pearls like, girl, don't be begging him. I mean, he was fine. Don't get me wrong. But girl, don't be begging Bill to come home. Let Bill go. If Bill want to go, let him go. When a bird want to fly, let it fly, girl. Let it fly. Fly, let him fly. Up to the sky. You got to let him fly, girl. You got to let him fly. Okay? But imagine hearing that after decades together, that this man about to go be with somebody else. He looked her dead in her face after she done came up there and put all of her dignity to the side to beg you home 14 minutes before your wedding will start. You gonna tell her that Haley was your life and this is what you about to do. See, you know what, Danny, you better than me, because I'm telling you, he'd had to call the popo on me. Elon them would have been coming to get me. But then again, girl, you did go to the funeral, to the wedding, and do more than I would have done, because I wouldn't have bought no pow. That ain't worth all that. He ain't worth all that. Don't trade places with what I've been through, baby. He ain't worth it. Okay. But anyway, right there changed the entire conversation because Danny wasn't weak. He told her, he said, you weren't weak. You weren't begging Bill to love you. You were begging Bill. He said you weren't being desperate. You were asking to be loved. Because she said, I feel like I went in there to ask to get hurt. And he says, no, you didn't ask anybody to hurt you. You were asking Bill to love you. So I get that, baby. Andre is understanding, ain't it though? Do you want a man that's understanding? I don't know if I do. Don't understand. She was like, what I need from you is understanding. Child, you was getting all understanding. Bill was low down, high booted. What you said? Bill was a low down, high booted, dirty. First of all, Linda, how you know Bill Booty? Huh? Don't be talking about the placement of Bill's backside like that. Don't you do it. Okay? Don't you do it. Don't do it. You know that was funny, but you leave Bill alone now. He said you was fighting for your marriage, girl, so don't you feel bad. But unfortunately, you was fighting for somebody who had already checked out, girl. Never do that. If they want to go, let them go. If they don't want you once, don't want them 3 times. Them the rules. Now, meanwhile, over at Bill's office, him and Caroline, his work wife, excuse me, but sidebar, Haley, do you know this Bill work wife? And that at any time, if she wanted to snap her little finger, she know everything about Bill, she might could get him. And Caroline strike me as the kind of person, an actress, baby, who could turn her character like this and turn into a whole different Caroline. You wasn't ready for, baby, and give it to you. Let's hope that don't happen, though, girl. But meanwhile, they over there talking, and he was like, he and Haley called. No, he called. But Haley called him, and I think he called Haley. Whoever called, it don't matter. And Bill said he was working late. And Haley could care less, baby, because she was over there down to the uptown with her cousin about to plot and plan, scheme. Okay? She don't care what he doing. She got a date with her cousin, baby. They got to talk about how to get rid of you. So after the call, Bill starts talking with Caroline. And y'all, the guilt was finally starting to creep in just a little bit. Bill asked Caroline, did Mike ever flirt with you? She was like, yes, he tried it, but I shut that down. Bill says, I can't believe he never noticed that I never noticed it was happening. Caroline was like, now, you I was busy doing other things, chasing other skirts. You ain't had time to notice what he was doing. Girl, you had to say that carefully. You mess around and lose your job because Bill don't like no be told no truth about him. Because you was really focused on Haley at that time, baby. And that one little conversation opened up the floodgates in Bill's mind. It did. Now, over at the country club, everybody was thinking back on the same stuff today. I loved it because we get the perspective of each people. He said, she said, they said, I said, how they saw it. It was good. Now, at the country club, Naomi and Chelsea are having some sister time. They start talking about their relationships, and both of them are happy, but both of them are in healthy situations. And although Naomi, I don't know, girl, you may not be in a healthy situation no more because your man ain't doing too good, girl. You better check in. But anyway, they was talking about how they're both glad that they ended up with someone good despite what they saw growing up with their mom and dad. They realized that despite all of that, they somehow had managed not to repeat all of their parents' mistakes. And they talk about how Danny was constantly walking on eggshells, watching their mother do that wasn't a pleasant thing to experience, and how Bill pretty much did whatever he wanted to do, which was everything all the time. But then they make an observation. Even after everything, even after divorce, even after they remarriages, there always was a spark between them. And honestly, they think there still is one between them now. And they ain't wrong. Because if there still wasn't nothing there, neither one of them would still be carrying this whole emotional baggage that they got. Just like Ted and Nicole. See how they like to mirror. I always tell y'all they mirror stuff on these stories. Now, I don't know why they do that, but they do. But we don't mind. Maybe so the stories match up. Keep us confused. I don't know. Now, Haley and Randy are sitting up there talking con stuff because you know they both are cons. They're professional cons. So let's get into the mess. Because Haley and Randy are sitting up in Uptown talking entirely too comfortably about destroying people's lives. You know what, Beyond the Gates? How come y'all couldn't have had somebody sitting in the next booth that they didn't know, like Jan or somebody that heard all of this? Or more deliciously, Leslie. I would have loved for Leslie to have heard this and been able to use it as leverage because she's got no reason to end it, but she could use it. That would have been delicious. But oh well. They keep talking about how they just love destroying people's lives. That's what they do. That's what they do. Haley reveals that she bought Bill one of those health monitoring devices to wear at night. And Bill thinks that she's worried about his health. She was like, child, I'm just trying to see how my drop's working. So I can get all his metabolic readings on it. Metabolics. I need to know everything that's going on with him. I do. He said, well, how's it going? She was like, everything tracking down with baby. It's going well. You know, look at this. This what you drug in here and married, Bill. Bill, this what you drug in here. Let a perfectly good wife go for this. For cuteness. Okay? For youth. Like her youth was gonna rub off on you. Then she says something interesting. Maybe she should have stuck with her first plan. I'm like, wait a minute now. What was the first plan, girl? Who the first plan? What's the first plan? What was the first plan? That was another plan. Which leads to one of the biggest revelations of the season. Joey Armstrong was originally the target. Joey Armstrong was originally the target, not Bill. Baby, she had researched Joey, knew everything, planned for Joey, prepared for Joey. But Randy is the one that shut that down. They did a flashback to them meeting up on a bench. And she was like, yeah. He was like, you look good because, you already in character because she had a fur on and everything. Had on a whole bear and a gorilla. She did. And he said, cuz you already ready for the thing. She was like, oh, yeah, I've already researched him. I know everything about my next victim. He said, who is it? And she said she gave Joey his whole government name. Joey Armstrong, something else she did. He was like, oh, no, no, you don't want no pause in that. I tell you who you can get instead is this one right here. And he hands her a phone with Bill's picture on it. He was like, this is the one we're going to do right here. And she was like, okay, well, I might be able to go and do it. You know, I can enjoy while I'm doing it. He was like, yeah, he got a lot of money. He got a lot of ego and therefore a lot of vulnerabilities. And then he instructs her to become friends with Naomi. This boy done planned out the whole doggone thing. And then handed her new identity. Haley Lawson. Haley Lawson. Now, you mean in the age of real IDs and stuff, you can just make a fake ID? They got stuff coded into all this stuff. And now, when you hand people your stuff now for stuff to do stuff, they be like, girl, get out of here. This ain't real. But I guess maybe you know somebody down to the DMV be making you want to be real. I don't know. You just never know. Anyway, he handed her new identity, and it was goodbye, Valerie. Hello, Haley Lawson. This woman was literally assigned to Bill. Bill, look at you sitting up here looking stupid. These people done chose you out of lineup and said him. They said you was dumb enough. They said you was slow enough. They said you was victim-minded in order for them to get you. And you know what? Ain't nobody been wrong yet. This girl about to take you out and you don't even know it. Sidebar. I keep seeing a lot of posts about Bill is about to leave the show. Bill is about to leave the show. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all think Bill is about to leave the show? And where y'all getting that from? Did Bill come online and say he about to leave the show? Did Beyond the Gates make a post and say he about to leave the show? He better not leave the show. Because, baby, if they take Bill or Bill leave this show, I'm going to go over to Beyond the Gates official page and I'm going to tag them.
Say something else about Bill. Say something else. Did I tell you not to say nothing else about Bill? I'm gonna knock the stuffing out of you. Knock the stuffing out. I done told you don't say nothing about Bill over here. Don't say nothing to me about Bill. Say something else. Say something else.
I'm going to put it right on their page, baby. Y'all better not do it. You better not do it. Now, when we see Haley approaching Naomi in the first time that she pops up in the lives of the Hamiltons, they're at the juice bar or wherever this is. Well, it's at that spot right there, but it must be attached to the gym. And she coming there. I guess pink used to be her thing because she was wearing pink in this one. She was wearing pink in that one. Was she wearing pink when they went to dinner? She had pink on the bottom. So maybe she went from wearing pink you stink to wearing leopard print because she was getting ready to tear something up. I don't really know. But I know she had pink on in all these scenes that they had her in from the past. Except when she was at Bill's office, she was wearing black every time, which may have been about, she was practicing to be a widow, to be a widower. Could be, I don't know. Anyway, we see her approach Naomi and she's like, hey girl, I'm new in town. Sidebar. Anybody said they new in town, do y'all not just not know that I leave people alone? They start talking about I'm new in town, I don't know nobody. Then you won't know me. How come don't nobody know you? Ain't nobody got to know you. You ain't got to know nobody, but you done came over here and chose me out of all these millions and millions and millions of people in town. You don't get out of my face. I would not have time. I'm not going to be the first person I don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know how to tell me who you was. So you can go ahead on. Go over there and ask somebody else. Get somebody else to do it. But anyway, she went over there with the sad story. I don't know anybody in town, and I just got here. I'm looking for a job, looking for a place to stay, looking for people, looking for friends. Who be looking for friends? Don't friendship just supposed to happen, child? I'm new in town. I don't know nobody. And sweet little Naomi falls for it because Naomi is kind. She is good. She is important and helpful and trusting. Exactly the kind of person a con artist looks for. And just like that, the plan was underway. Next thing you know, they done met up another day and they chitting and chatting and talking and whatnot. And there she is sitting up there running down all her parents' business. Girl, my daddy be, she was like, girl, what your daddy be cheating? Girl, my daddy be cheating. And then Naomi, here you come with yet another secret, girl. Here you come with yet another secret talking about that you had know that your daddy, you saw your daddy one time with lipstick on his collar and you didn't say nothing. Smelling like some other old cheap perfume, some old Winsong. Your mama was too classy to be wearing some Winsong. Coming there wearing some Avon products and you ain't said nothing. You ain't said nothing. Talking about you ain't want to cause no problem. And then brought the biggest problem to their marriage. They were, you know what, Naomi, you at the bottom of a lot of things that went to the left, ma'am. I'm just saying, girl. I don't want you as a friend. I don't want your friendship because you keep too many secrets from me. But I wonder if my parents would still be together. She was over there talking about if I had just said something. If I had never brought Haley into our lives, they probably would still be together with your mama comfortable with your daddy cheating every now and then. Because he ain't never leave her for none of them women's. But Chelsea tried to assure her girl, look, ain't none of that our fault. You know, daddy do what daddy do. The marriage already had problems, but Naomi still feels guilty. And you should. And honestly, I can understand why you feel guilty, but you should feel some guilt, ma'am. Now, Bill falls for the bait, right? So we get back to him having flashbacks from his perspective, right? He thinks about how Danny walked in his office and all try to smack the living daylights out of him and asked him not to leave her for that doggone girl. And he also thought about Haley's first day at work. Hold on, I don't want to miss something because see, I told y'all chat to be moving stuff around. Okay. So let me say this too, because in case my notes skipped over it. We also go back to that day when she was over there cooking them doggone cupcakes. Ladies, don't never let nobody in your kitchen cooking for your man. Cooking it off and then just slap. Okay. Now, I don't want to be funny about that thing, but see, people be up to stuff. I don't know. Because this girl was up to something. She over there looking at Bill like he was the last pork chop on the plate and she ain't ate in 4 days. She was. So he flashes back to the first day that Haley had came to work, because what happened in these flashbacks, let me make sure we're not missing it, that it didn't get ahead of it. Okay. In the flashbacks, we see, they show this again where he initially first saw her, right? And then she comes into his office after she got the job, and she's like, I just wanted to talk to you, Bill. I mean, I noticed that everyone else around here dresses very conservatively. Do you think I need to change how I look? And does my outfit look all right? Am I fitting in? And Bill was like, girl, you look just fine, just like you are. You a breath of fresh air. So I got to look at all these other women in here buttoned all the way up to the top of their buttons and stuff. And you in here at least letting it hang out. Let me see your leg, your thigh, and everything. Girl, I like that girl. Don't worry about none of that girl. I like that girl. And just like that, he was hooked. Then she comes back to the office in another scene in a strapless number. Ta-ta, standing up for days, baby boobs just a bouncing. I just wanna talk to you. I just want to talk to you about something. And I don't know what she was in this office for, but she was up in there, right? So next thing you know, Bill is like, can I ask you something? And she's like, what is it, Bill? Anything? And he said, what do you see when you see me? Now, let me tell you, anybody within the sound of my voice, baby, that's always a trap question. That's a trap question now. Okay, so what do you see when you see me? I don't really want, he said, no, really, what do you see? Well, I can see that you and Danny do have some issues going on. And and he was like, no, you can be honest. She was like, well, I think that you're a great provider and that you work hard, and that I don't really feel you get the appreciation that you should for all of the hard work that you do. From what I can see, there's a lot of complaining about you not being present for things, when I realize that you got to work for your family. You a good man, Savannah. And, I just feel like you deserve better. And he was like, so you want to know what I see when I see you? She was like, what you see when you see me, Bill? A woman I can no longer deny. Bill, that was so corny. A woman I can no longer deny. I'd have told you to get your hand off my knee, sir. Because first of all, but you here eating it up. And that led to the kiss, and that changed everything. Now, I also want to mention that when back in the day when they had first met out, because I don't want to skip. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think they skipped out of it. But so hold on. Let me get up here. So in this scene right here, little girl was over there to the house, right? And they was all getting ready to go to eat, and they had invited her to go. And she was like, I don't know if I got on the appropriate thing. I'm not really dressed right. And Danny was like, girl, don't worry about it. I'm gonna wear what I got on. This old $2,000 rag I got on. I'm gonna wear this down to the country club. Okay. So don't worry about what you wearing from Walmart, girl. You good. I'm in my kind of what considered to be Walmart attire too, girl. So we'll be two Walmart. Well, maybe I'm more Target and you more Walmart, but you know what I'm saying, girl. Don't worry about it. You with us. Your outfit will blend to the back. Don't worry about it, okay? So this little girl sits down and she proceeds to cry and carry on talking about her family and how her mama didn't have time for her, and she was too busy chasing behind her dad, and and then her mama died early. Girl, I got a feeling your mama ain't going nowhere. Did you say your daddy name was Larry Lawson? Larry Lawson. That's your daddy name, Larry Lawson. Where he at? But anyway, she said her mama had left here early from worrying and doing too much for people. And I just really don't want no family like this. And when I look at yours, I just feel like I want one like this. Girl, you didn't know she meant exactly like yours. You didn't know she meant yours exactly, Haley. Not Haley, Danny. She meant your family. She wanted your family, girl. So they go out to dinner and they sitting up there trying to have a good time. You done invited this thing in here to sit up in here with y'all, not knowing what you done did doing that, okay? So there y'all sit trying to have a good family night. And then she over there looking at Bill. Girl, Danny, why you didn't see this girl looking at your man at the table like this? Because I would have seen that and be like, look, girl, what you looking at? Look, girl, Look, girl, who you looking at? And Bill, what you looking at? I see you looking down at that phone, peeking up at that girl. I know y'all best. I bet you know you better stop playing in my face. Somebody should have said something. Then the next thing you know, Bill go to reach for some bread. She put her hand in the bread basket at the same time. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That's a player move right there. But not when a man has already got somebody. But if you trying to, you at the dinner with somebody who sees singing, you put your hand in the rip in the bread box same time. His hand touch yours. He touched me. He put his hand up on mine and he touched me. Okay, so if y'all have a moment like that, then okay then. But girl, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But she not. Anyway, this told us everything that we needed to know right here. It really did. But then when you thought it couldn't get no worse than that, she's still sitting over here talking to Randy, bragging and laughing about how she destroyed that family. Haley admits, though, that the hardest part wasn't the affair. The hard part was pretending that she felt guilty afterwards. All the tears were fake. The remorse was fake. The heartbreak was fake. The entire thing was an act. And this told us some more about all we needed to know. She was like, child, that was the hard part for me. So let's get to the day that Danny found out and it all came out. Child, it was just too much. Danny and Chelsea were gone somewhere. Child, was this sounding like Gayle King's story? I just thought about that. Because she said that the flight got canceled. Do y'all know that's what happened to Gayle King? Because she been talking about it lately. That's how she had caught her man. She came home off a flight early. He was up in the house with one of her friends. And then did the same thing Bill did. Stood in there talking about some, wait a minute, I got to take her to the air. You know what, Gayle King? Let me tell you something, girl. Now, Gayle, I don't know too many women of color. Husband could have got out past them to go run his other woman to the bus stop. To the train. So her husband could come and pick her up and they can get their stories together. I don't know too many women of color, baby. Her man would have made it out the house. Talking about, I'm just gonna run her to the train right face. After I just caught y'all in here in the midst. I just walked up in here and caught y'all in the midst of a thing.
So much fun baking cakes. So much.
I just walked in on y'all in here baking cakes. And then you gonna say, I'm gonna run her up to the L. I'll be right back. Ninja, I wish you would. Any of y'all gonna let y'all man run her up to the L, to the bus stop, to the train station right fast, so that her husband, so that she up there on time for her husband to retrieve her? Huh? We all friends, baby. I'd have been calling your husband, tell me it's about to be a meeting in the ladies' room. Cause just when you get her, roll right back over here. We all got something to talk about. Now, what y'all had let y'all man did that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too hard on that kind of situation. I don't know. But anyway, they were supposed to be on a trip, right? And so Bill and wait a minute, where's that picture at? I skipped a whole row of pictures I see. Oh no, I skipped a whole row of pictures. Okay, anyway, Bill and Danny. No, here it is. Bill and Danny had they low down tails up in Danny's room. Not the guest room, not a hotel, in their own bed, in their own room, with her in one of Bill's shirts. And then she in there talking about, because Bill was packing up to leave. And then this girl said she said, before we leave, let's christen the place before we go one more time. It ain't like this the first time I done been up here. But what possesses somebody to need to got to do something in your own bed? What kind of woman are you to have to go get in somebody else's stuff like that? Haley, you are lower than low, baby. You are lower than the belly on a snake. Baby, you are lower than the belly of a snake that just had a whole full meal. You low, girl. You is low, but we love it. We do. It's messy. And you know we love it. Y'all gossiping tales. That's all y'all do is gossip. Let me tell you some more then why y'all want to hear it. Because that's what you over here to talk about. Anyway, Danny came home unexpectedly. while they was just had bopped down on the bed, getting ready to do a thing, you know. Chelsea comes in first. Chelsea was the one that saw it first, and Chelsea was like, "Dad, oh my God!" And then Danny walked in. She was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "I know you lying." And there was Bill and Haley together. Danny immediately loses her mind. She was like, I did this one because it had everybody face in it. She was like, "I know you didn't." And then Chelsea started saying, "Get your trifling butt out of this house." Everybody was yelling. Everybody was crying. Everybody was screaming. Oh my God, it was just too much. It was delicious. It was. And somehow Bill decides that this is the moment to tell Danny to calm down. So you know what, Bill? You got a lot of heart, sir. You got a lot of heart. And more importantly, Haley, you got a lot of heart to still be standing here. Did nobody get hit this day? Girl, you see, Danny, if you was gonna pull that to get that heater, girl, this was the time to get it while she was in here. I'm just saying. I think everybody should have just whooped her. That's what I think. They should have just had a family beat down. Cause girl, you still standing here. He was like, "Calm down, Danny. Just calm down. You lost your wits about yourself. Get it together." Oh, Bill, you got a lot of heart. You in here with your daughter's best friend, and you telling your wife to calm down. Baby, I'd have been done taking a ride downtown. They'd have had to come get me. Not get me, got me. Because there would have been handcuffs involved. They would have needed to call the police station. They would have needed to call the fire department. They would have needed to have called other ambulance, because we're going to need all three. Police, ambulance, fire department. We're going to need all that. Because I'm going to do how Savannah did. Not Savannah. I'm going to do how, what's her name in Wait and Exhale? The role that, what's love got to do with it? You know, her, the lady that played that role. Okay, I want to say, oh my God, I read that book. What is her name? It begins, I almost said it. What's the name of the Bible? He said, "What's your name?" She said, "My name." Dang, it'll come to me anyway. When she put all that, don't you hate when you're trying to say a word that just it be playing with you and you like, wait a minute, what's that? Okay, but anyway, when she set all his stuff aflames out in the yard, Bernadine, that was her name in the movie. So when Bernadine set all that stuff ablaze out in the yard, and she said it when the police came and knocked on the door, he was like, "Ma'am, your car's on fire." She was like, "I know." And he said, "Ma'am, you can't be burning stuff other than trash." She said, "It is trash. It is trash." All that would have went down, Bill. You wouldn't have had a suit. You wouldn't have had a tie. You wouldn't have had a cuff link. You wouldn't have had a sock. You wouldn't have had a degree. You wouldn't have had nothing left up in there when I got through with that bonfire, baby. You wouldn't have. Police, fire department, ambulance. You should have called 911 and said, "Send everybody." What all this number cover? Okay, send all that. Send the dogs. Send everything, because you're going to need it when I get through up in here. But anyway, Bill then announces that he about to leave. Danny is stunned. She says, "So now you're dating your daughter's best friend? Now you're sourcing women from your children's friends now?" That was a good line, though, Danny. It was, girl. I'm going to give you that. That was a good line. She said, "Now you're sourcing women from your children's friends." Bill was like, "I love her." You could literally see the hurt in Danny's heart. And her daughter said back at the country club, she was like, "If you just had a scene, Mom, it looks like her soul literally broke." I was like, "Oh girl. Oh girl." She said, "Mom just looked devastated." And then Naomi says, "Well, maybe Haley's going to do the same thing to Dad that she did to Dad that he did to Mom." And then they joke that she'll probably run off with the chef. And then Chelsea says, Don't do that to the chef. Don't wish that on the chef. The baby, the chef don't deserve all that." And they had a good laugh. Now the episode ends beautifully. Danny sits alone. She is. Oh, wait a minute. See, I hate when I feed this thing something that don't give me everything, but that's all right. See, I remember when I see the pictures. Another thing that Haley had said to her cousin was, The only thing that I really hate was that I hurt Naomi because I really did enjoy being her friend. She really was a good friend. And then he said, like Lynette. And I'm like, there you go bringing that name up again because we know she ain't going nowhere. Like Lynette. Did you say that because you like Lynette is your girl and you don't like that she hurt your girl? Because you did put it out there when wasn't nobody talking about it now, Randy. Haley, girl, you better pay attention. Because he was like, oh, like you did Lynette. And then he said, don't worry about it, girl. Once we get this 10 million, you can go, you can run off to the island. You can buy you some new friends. You ain't even got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. Okay. So anyway, so Danny was at home and she was sitting still talking to her husband after about what happened, and he really consoles her, and then she goes and takes a bath, and then she comes out and she says, I'm glad we had a chance to talk. I'm glad that I'm not this woman anymore. And I'm glad I was genuinely able to let this go. Girl, this is what you said on Thursday. And girl, we seen that clip when you and Bill got y'all lips on each other down in that elevator tomorrow. Not 24 hours later, girl, you got your lips all up on Bill and Bill got them on you, girl. Hmm. Okay, I'm just saying. Tomorrow. Your lips on Bill tomorrow. Girl, I'm just saying, girl. Did you mean it or did you mean it, girl? Did you mean it? Did you not mean it? Which one was it? Girl. Now, Bill too seems to have a moment. For the first time, it genuinely looked like the weight of what Bill has done is causing him to feel something about it. Not because he got caught, because he finally understands the damage that he did to Danny and to his family, and maybe even to himself. Meanwhile, Haley is standing there in the office waiting to go to dinner. She was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "Oh, nothing." She said, "You feeling all right?" Because she got to check on that. He was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, well, that's nice. I'm glad you feel okay. Come on, let's go eat." And she stood back there looking and grinning like she do when she just so pleased with herself. She cannot wait for this man to fall over. Timber! She can't wait to yell timber. Because Bill big. Bill about 6'6", baby. Bill big. Big, tall. Oh, Lord. She is tired of waiting. Now, back at home, Andre and Danny, they cuddle up a little bit. I thought it was nice. Thank you, Angela Bassett. Thank you. I thought it was nice that y'all wanted to end on a cute note, but we likes the drama, so y'all ain't got to be ending on this cute sister. We want to be hanging on the edge of our seat, going, now if you can end an episode like that, baby, we would like that. Okay. But Danny says she is not the version of herself that begged to be hurt no more. That's not who she is no more. And honestly, it was a cute moment, but girl. But how many of y'all like me was shocked to learn that Haley really came to town for Joey? Joey? You came to town for Joey? That was a revelation. And that Randy is the one who handpicked Bill is a revelation. But real talk, girl, I'm sorry. Haley still ain't worth a doggone. She ain't never gonna be worth a doggone. She came in the door not worth a doggone. She not worth a doggone. You got to pick you another character, girl. Go with Eva. Eva really seems to be sweet. And Eva is the one person on this show that they really truly made her evil. I would be disappointed. If she turned out to be the Impaler, I would be mad. I just hope it's not. Okay, I don't see, I just hope it's not. I don't think it is, but she really seems to be such a sweetheart. But when she said Joey, I like to fell out my seat. Did any of this make you feel sorry for Bill at all? Huh? Was it long overdue, something he deserved? Do you believe Haley truly misses Naomi's friendship? Because she keeps saying that over and over and over. I miss you, I miss you. I miss you, 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 I miss you. She do. And do you think Bill is starting to finally realize the monster he invited into his life? I don't think so, not yet. Let me know down in the comments now. Because I don't know, child. It was something. It was something. It was. Let me catch some of these comments y'all been putting down here. Hold on. We didn't get a lot today, so let's just see. Let's run through these. Miss Lil is in the house. Hey, Miss Lil. Tell E-Daddy I'm very much going to be dependent on him tomorrow to explain some things to me because I don't know none of these extra people they bringing in, and we're going to need all the background we can get, okay? Okay, hold on. Oh. Ooh, I'm glad I went. I'm glad I bagged up. Hey, Rhonda. I'm glad I bagged up. KB in the house. Hey, KB. I'm glad I came. I'm glad I bagged up. Oh. Okay, y'all been down here talking? Okay, let me see. When I first saw Haley, I said she wasn't okay. I remember that. Everyone, tell us what you thought about today's episode. Okay, that's about where I ended out. Yes, how long is Andre supposed to put up with this? They need to focus on him more in his past. I'm so sick of Danny crying about this betrayal. You got a better man, girl. Well, she got a better young man. That ain't now listen, she traded in the luxury version for the sports car. It's younger, it's faster, but girl, no, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for the comment, Melissa, also. Bill was watching other women, always be watching. He was looking at me when I was down to the country club. I was like, Bill, please get your eyeballs off of me. Stop it, child. Just stop it. I ain't even your speed. You just be liking everybody. Now, Bill was low down. High booted, dirty, cheating dog. Ooh, Linda done let him have it. Greetings, Miss Jen. KB gives her list of hellos to everybody. Frank, you know who I just realized ain't over here is Raven Maniac over there watching the game. Is the game's on? Is that where he at? Okay, KB says, don't leave out this gutty buddy. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Don't leave out his gutty buddy. That's why he's dealing with that now after his behavior in them flashbacks. Okay, so that's Linda and KB. Okay. Did somebody else say something? Because you said, who you tagging that? Oh, Linda. Yeah. Okay. Linda and KB. Okay. KB, my dear sister, missed you. I'm so happy that you're here. Yes, I am too. I thought it was interesting that Joey Armstrong was her first pick for yes. So Haley really wanted to target Joey, but Randy pointed her to Beer Belly Bill. Okay, so that's Linda, KB, and Belinda here. Always the same one showing out. Hey, my beautiful blessed sis, I missed you too. I just woke up from a much needed nap. Joy would have eaten scaly for lunch. Rhonda says hello to everybody. Oh, and Jasmine's in the house too. She said, hey, Miss Jen, gang. Sorry, Miss Jen. You're going to have to see a whole herd of cats on me. Bill is absolute garbage for what he did. He was. I can't say he wasn't wrong. Greetings. Okay. KB Mommy, I'm glad you're getting some much needed rest. Not only is Bill a complete donkey, he is stupid donkey. He deserves everything coming to him and more stick him somebody scaly. Why didn't Naomi tell Haley all her father's business? You be talking to your friend about stuff. I won't be talking to no new friend about stuff. I really love those flashbacks. It's filled in some black. Didn't it though? I got to watch that again. I ain't gonna lie, because I was looking down, writing, but I got to look up and watch that whole thing. Naomi is just as stupid as her gutty buddy daddy. Ooh, girl. Good evening, Miss Jenna Gatekeeper, she says. Hey, Miss Lil. All right. Note to self. Naomi, beware of people looking for friends. You know what? You ain't. One thing about Naomi, she sure knows how to keep secrets. Yet was so mad about Jacob for keeping Derek's Naomi in a hypocrite. Wait, Naomi is a hypocrite, and I'm getting sick of her. Did anyone else notice how Scaly was wiggling her leg while sitting talking to Bill in his office? Yes, I did. They panned down to her little ankle. They did. They did. KB Mama, yes, Naomi's a hypocrite with a capital H. She broke up her parents' relationship. Ooh, Frank G done come in hot. Frank G said it's Naomi's fault. At KB, I might end up in the replay gang on the ride to work tomorrow. I've been fighting sleep since 8:30. Pray my strength. Girl, you better stay awake, Rhonda. Rhonda, don't you go no sleep. Greetings, Rhonda Reed. Hello, Miss Jen and moderators and everyone in here. Peggy says, hey, Peggy. Haley is a low-down, dirty alley cat skank. She's a skank. She's grinding my gears. I will be glad when the truth about her having the BRCA gene comes out. Now y'all want to put her business on Front Street. I'm ready to wrap up this unalive Bill storyline. It's gone on long enough. It has. Either unalive or don't, but do something. Danny must forgive her. You know what? They should do it like they do on one of them shows where they let you think the person gone and then show you what happened and have you in there crying and snotting and then come in there and show you that they got all the evidence. Danny must forgive herself. To heck with Bill, the buffoon. She must forgive herself to move on. Yeah, I think that's why she's dealing, why they're going through this now. Let us pray. Okay. Peggy sends love to the moderators. Angela Bassett, yeah. Empathy should be against the law. Empathy should be against the law, Danny Eva. And the way Bill scolded Chelsea, child, even as his child, I think I'd have jumped on him. What you mean? What you mean? Bill and Haley were absolute filth, lower than an earthworm's wang. Gatanga. That's what my friend called it, wangatanga. Lower than an earthworm's wangatanga. Hit the like button, please, Miss Belinda Hill says. Those two would not have made it out of that house. And Adner Brahm, wait. Adner, wait a minute. Adner Brahm, wait a minute. Norma. I can't say this name, baby. I'm about to jack that up. But listen, same thing to you. Now, you know how to say a name. I do not. So, what I want to tell you, though, is welcome to the comment section, and you are now officially a gatekeeper.
Hey.
Gatekeepers! A decree from the Queen!
Enough. Be seated.
Welcome. You all make room down there for our new gatekeeper. And don't be hogging up all the tea and the crumpets. Please don't. Behave yourselves on the first time somebody says something down there. Y'all got to act right now. All right. Terry McMillan was the author. Angela Bassett was the actress. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Joey, I was shook. They would have loved to see Joey scramble that embryo with cheese. He would have. I absolutely do not feel any sympathy for Beer Belly Bill. Haley will be kissing Kyle from Young and the Restless next week. Another Kyle is coming? Like we need to. At least he spelled his name different, right? Beyond the Gates have the real drama next week with the Young and Restless. Okay, so there's even more coming in the following week. So it's not just one episode. It's going to be a few. Okay. Welcome, Abner. Welcome to the Gatekeeper family. Greetings to Abner. Okay, Abner, thank you so much for commenting. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for me and that you hit the like button for me. I appreciate that. Yeah, baby, it's about to be one. All right, let's do our daily check-in. This is it for the week. So tomorrow we get a whole new set of what's going on the following week. So let's see what's happening this week. Let me find this thing. Do. Where's this thing at now? I feel like all this scrolling. Hold on, let me go back here again. Oh, I see what happened. I had to fix this later. I got too many thumbnails in a row. It should only be 3 and it's 4. That makes them smaller and harder to see. Okay, give me a second. Here it is. Okay. Friday. So tomorrow, Vernon secures the support of his trusted friend, Victor Newman from Young and Restless, for the upcoming fundraiser. And Martin prepares for the Abbott's arrival. Joey and Randy ready themselves for the face-to-face meeting with the Impaler. Grayson seeks Ashley's forgiveness. All of a sudden this don't sound so exciting, because you know what I got a feeling? I got a feeling that tomorrow is not the fundraiser, but the fundraiser going to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or something. So I don't know if tomorrow going to be all that great. We'll see, but we got plenty to talk about tomorrow night. We got a lot to argue about tomorrow night. This day today alone, a lot to argue about. So I'm telling you now, get ready to get your sponsorships together, because we're going to need to unlock this thing so we can do some arguing up in here. We are. We just are. Plain and simple, baby. Plain and simple, baby. All right, you guys. Well, that is it for me. Let me get my script back open here. That's it for me. Let me know, for those of you who watched the replay, how much you enjoyed it. Please leave your opinions about things down in the comment section. Comments, all these things help to grow the channel as far as YouTube suggesting to show it to people. So please do your part while I do my part. I'll bring the entertainment, you bring the support. That's all I'm asking you for at this point, okay? So if you enjoyed the discussion, hit that like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. And why not consider becoming a member? It's a small way to support the channel on a monthly basis, to help me with some of the expenses that it costs over here for paying for the StreamYard and all the other different bells and whistles that happens behind the scenes. Okay. So I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And please remember that the Beyond the Gates is the show, but being an original gatekeeper, that's the community. And that's why this space matters, because we are the original gatekeepers, baby. Ain't nobody trying to play with us on that. And I do hope that you guys are having yourselves a great day. And if not, remember there is still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, now tomorrow night is the Family Feud and Fish Fry. Y'all got to come with food. You got to come with drink. You got to come with the sponsorships, okay? Because tomorrow it is imperative that we argue. We got to argue tomorrow. We got to. I want to. I got to. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, Lord willing. And what? The creek don't rise. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.